I think we all know that the Bible is something that is one of the most important things for us as Christians, because not only is it an instruction manual in a way, but it's more than that. It's something that has the actual words of God written inside of it, things that He spoke to us as humans. It's something that we read to get to know Him more, be instructed on how to live, on how to act, how to treat others, all those things. I could sit here and say that the entirety of the Bible is my favorite thing, but in today's video, I want to talk about 5 Bible verses that just deeply resonate with me in the way now of how I act towards myself, to God, and to others as well. The very first one is, of course, John 3:16, which says, "For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish but have everlasting life." And one of the most important things also is the Bible verse that follows it says, "For God did not send His Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through Him might be saved." God the Father loved the world, loved us so much that He literally gave one of the most important things to Him, which was His Son. That He would save not one person, not a small amount of people, but the entire world. That is a love that is so profound that He just has to be loved the same way, the Father and the Son as well. The next Bible verse that is one of my favorites is Matthew 12:36, which says, "But I say to you that every idle word men may speak, they will give account of it in the day of judgment." And I also love to read the Bible verse that follows. It says, "For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned." I love this Bible verse because it really helps now to make me realize that my words are all being recorded in a way, and I am going to have account for what I said. One of the things that I absolutely do not want to do in front of, the perfect judge is to say, in the time that I had in my life, was I saying bad words? Was I discouraging people? Was I putting people down? Or was I trying to uplift others? Was I trying to say words that will give, what they say in the Bible also is, give life instead of giving death? And by idle words, it could also mean a variety of things. It could be bad words, but it can also be gossiping, putting people down. For example, judging others. And there's another Bible verse that's not included, but it does also really resonate with me, and that is in Matthew 7. It says, "Judge not that you be not judged, for with what judgment you judge, you will be judged." I know there was a lot of judged. But it means that there are so many humans in the world. We're not all going to have the same form of thinking. So instead of me judging others, I'm just going to help them, uplift them, talk nicely to them. Be careful with what I say, because God is always watching. Even when we think we're alone, God is there watching us. The way that we treat ourselves, others, the way that we think as well. He also hears our thoughts. And would you rather Him hear you talk and act in a way where He sees that you are a child of God, or as a wolf in sheep's clothing? Do you know? The next one is Psalm 139:13, and that says, "For you formed my inward parts, you covered me in my mother's womb." And 14 says, "I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made." Whenever I have moments of insecurity, moments where I want to speak badly about myself, I really love this passage because it reminds me that God, the same one that created the heavens and the earth, made all these beautiful and wonderful things that we see, the blue sky, beautiful flowers and meadows. He literally crafted me in my mom's belly. He gave me the nose that I have. He gave me the hair that I have. He gave me the face. He gave me my little fingers. He gave me all of these things. He crafted me, and he looked at me and said, this is a beautiful human being. I never make mistakes. So exactly the way that I am seen right now to myself and to others, he crafted that. You as well was formed in the same way. The whole thing of treating people in a mean way or looking down on someone is something that I never ever do or want to do, because I see that person also now as that is a beautiful person that God made. Deuteronomy 31:8 says, and the Lord, He is the one who goes before you. He will be with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. Do not fear nor be dismayed. There are so many moments in life where we all feel alone, whether it be something that we are going through in our personal lives, to feel as if we are struggling by ourselves and nobody cares, nobody's there for us, or nobody really understands us when we're going through those moments. And one of the things that really will help me to understand that moment better is this verse that says that He goes before me and He will never leave me. God knew exactly the things that was going to happen to me and the personal issues, whether it be something of the consequences of my sin or just some things that is inevitable for me to go through. It's all normal and it's all part of life, yes. But in that moment, I know that God knew exactly the situation that was going to happen, and He would never leave me. He will always be there to comfort me, to be there for me, to uplift me when I need it. And the last one is Matthew 6:14. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. And 15 says, but if you do not forgive men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. I know that one of the scariest Bible verses that everyone always talks about is the one where we're standing in front of God during Judgment Day, and there are some people that say, didn't I cast out demons in your name? Didn't I do this? Didn't I do that? And He says, I never knew you. People don't really realize the scariness of this verse that says that we need to forgive in order to be forgiven. We can sit here and say, God, please forgive me that I did this and I did that. But if someone does something, you hold a grudge for a few years, how do you expect God to sit there and say, okay, I'll forgive you even though you didn't forgive Robert or something? I'm sorry, that was random, but because he lied to you or he said something mean about you. There is the perfect example of Jesus. He was spit on, he was tortured, he was whipped, he was brutalized for us, and yet still in his very last moments he said, God, please forgive them, because he didn't have any hatred or anything that was growing in his heart. And one of the things that I always see is using Jesus as the perfect example of who us as Christians strive to be like. We should have no shred of hatred in our hearts for us to not forgive someone for something that they did against us. I know, again, that is very easy said than done. That helps me in realizing that I don't want to have any ill will towards anyone. I don't want to have any anger towards anyone. I don't want to have any hatred towards anyone. Those are things that I 100% do not want in my heart. I just want love and spread love to others. Those are my top 5 Bible verses that deeply resonate with me and really are the key things that I love to go back to when I am going through a certain situation or a certain scenario. That really helps me, instead of going to the right or to the left, that keeps me going centered towards my path with God. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was a video that really resonated with you, and thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.